Welcome to Property Care. Today we are going to discuss about Karnataka Registration Act with respect to the property rentals. So Registration Act has a lot of sections and I'm going to discuss with respect to the property rentals. It can be commercial, residential, industrial, whatever the property type with respect to the rentals. So for example, if you are renting out the property to showroom for 5 years, 3 years, 7 years, 10 years. So what is the rental agreement with respect to the registration you're supposed to do as a owner and as a tenant? Legal obligations has to be taken care by the tenant and the owner. So that is the discussion we are mainly going to discuss and asking me to make an agreement for 12 months to for 24 months, 36 months without registering the sub-register office. So that is not legally accepted document. So that is the point which we are going to discuss and why we make the rental agreement for 11 months. Why it is not 12 months. So many owner has this kind of questions and tenants also asking questions. And that is the reason I'm putting this video. In this video, the answer will be given. So Bangalore, the rental agreement, why we make for 11 months. So to know this, we need to understand the Karnataka Registration Act. What is this talking about the rental agreements? So that is what, and the property category apply to all type of property category, residential, commercial, industrial, and agriculture. Target audience are property investors, owners, tenants, and NRI, OCI, where properties also here they rented out. So it may be a showroom, or it may be a commercial retail shop, or it may be a residential. Those who rent out the property more than 11 months need to comply certain law requirements. This is the point which I am going to discuss. So these are the YouTube videos I'm putting it, and with respect to property investment, there are series of videos I put it, and now I am putting the videos with respect to the property rentals. So these are all the videos I've already put it, and now the rent agreement why we are making for 11 months. So that is the point I'm going to discuss, and more about management and sale I'm going to add it in upcoming videos. So this is the Karnataka Registration Act. According to 1908, what are all the highlights with respect to the rental agreements? So according to the section 17, all the rent and lease agreement exceeding 11 months must be registered with the sub-registrar. So this is, there are in Bangalore, there are different jurisdictions. So whichever your property is there, nearest jurisdiction, sub-register office, you should go and register your rent or lease agreement with sub-registrar. So this is the legal requirement. So you cannot bypass this. If you do that, there are certain legal complications you may face. So it helps to ensure its validity and enforceability in the court of law. So it is a legally compliant. So if you don't register, it will become a legally non-compliant. So you should register and keep that copy, and this is going to help to entire the duration of the your tenant duration. So this is going to help safeguard both of them. It is tenant also safeguarded and owner also safeguarded. So to do this process, an owner and tenant with two witnesses has to present in front of sub-registrar with an appointment. An original rent agreement and ID proofs like Aadhaar, PAN number has to be provided and do the registration. So this is the date which executed. From that date, within 4 months, it has to be registered. So that is the time period given as per the law. So we should, owner and tenant should go within this 4 months and register the rent agreement or lease agreement. So this one, before going there, there is a process called, we have to upload their document into their system, get the appointment. After the sub-registrar team reviews and approve, you should be asked to pay the stamp duty, which is 1% on the stamp duty of total rent. For example, if you are 3 years renting out your property, all 3 years rent plus the deposit. adding together on that 1% is the registration charge you should pay to the sub-registrar and get it registered. There is a small difference in lease agreement. It's a small difference. They may take the current market rent and calculate this number. So it will vary case to case. It's not like some standard number I can mention here. What I suggest is you share this that agreement copy, rental agreement copy, a soft copy to them, and the person who is going to register, he will see all the clauses written there, and accordingly he arrive the registration. What is the charge? So you pay that and get it registered. And who pays this? So usually people will say that owner will pay, tenant will pay. See, this depends on mutually agreed. So some owners will say, why I need to pay, tenant need it, tenant pays it. Some tenants will say owner will pay, why I need to pay it. Some tenants and owners will say we both will share it. See, according to that location and the demand and that property ownership and tenant type, it will vary. So finally, they mutually discuss and agree that who takes it. And that clause also should be written in the agreement. So benefit of this is, registering this document, it's becoming a court evidence. Suppose if you 2 years down the line, if you go, some issue with the tenant and some dispute happened, then if you go and produce your, unregistered rental agreement to court, they don't agree that is a legal evidence. So whatever clause written, it will become invalid because you are not registered with the sub-register. So the court of law will reject your unregistered rent agreement. So that is why this has been asked to register with the sub-register. And this will act as a proof of tenancy also, and tenant and owner protection. For example, tenant has paid deposit to the owner, and owner cannot say that he has not paid. So it is becoming a proof. Since it is not registered and both were present in front of the sub-registrar and executed this document, which means all written things are legally valid. And it prevents fraud from the misuse of the property by third party. If third party comes and claims as, I am the owner. So, this gives a proof he was the owner during that time. So he has all the rights to come and claim ownership of the property. So that's how it works, and this is the legal requirement. And suppose generally we make a rental agreement for 11 months for a smaller flat, less, for rental income, even if it is 50, 60,000 also, if it is rent is 11 months agreement when we are making, it is not like legally has to be registered. It is legally valid, but the registration is optional because only if it exceeding 11 months has to be registered. So if you are already making 11 months agreement, make sure that you don't need to register that. So if exceeding 11 months has to be registered, and it is legally valid. Even if you make 11 months agreement without registration, it become a legally valid document. Any litigation issues or any tenancy eviction issues, this 11 months agreement is still valid, and continue to do that. If it is 11 months without registering, there is no problem. And pay correct stamp duty. Sometime, we say that stamp duty, whatever we pay, it's not as per the government law. So minimum currently now 500 rupees stamp paper has to be printed. So in such case, you should pay 500 plus that some vendor charges also there, 50 we have to pay and get 550 rupees stamp paper and print the content on that stamp paper. So that's become a legally valid document. So make sure that correct stamp duty you pay according to your rent and the deposit, it will vary. So you show your rental agreement to the vendor, e-stamp vendor, he will tell you what is the stamp paper you supposed to buy it as per the law. So make sure that you follow that and get the right stamp paper and get it printed. So I hope this gives some basic idea about, legal requirement with respect to the rental. So this is we have some requirements with respect to our business. So this is self-explanatory. We are looking some business consultants, social media marketers, high ticket closures, some manpower consultant, and app developers. So I put a separate video on the YouTube, which is under business partner. There is a playlist. You please watch that to know more about our requirement. If anybody interested, please connect with us. We can work together. It is self-explanatory. I don't want to spend more on this time. So this is our vision where what value we do, what business we do, and our vision, mission, values, property management, villa, and real estate services, buying, selling. And we have successful business model in South Bangalore. We are planning to leverage that through the franchisee. We are building some sauce product. We will be releasing that soon. This is our service catalog. What are all things we do, our services and vendor, partners who work with us. So this is a high level understanding diagram. If any understanding issues, please connect with us. This is self-explanatory. This is a book I'm writing, which is, mainly for traveling guys, NRI, OCIs, when they are trying to invest here, what are all things need to be taken care. Those points are captured here. We'll be releasing that soon. So thank you for watching. I hope this gives some basic idea about rental agreement for short and long term. What are all things we need to take care to comply with the Karnataka Registration Act. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give thumbs up and subscribe and click bell icon and share with friends and family, those who have some commercial properties. They may be renting out more than 11 months. So this is the law. They have to comply this and share this video to them so that they also will be using this information and do the registration accordingly. Thank you for watching. Thank you.